Three, two, one, go!
Welcome back, guys.
What's
Hello.
up?
What's up?
Hi.
Today, about relationships.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about relationships.
Yeah, because 15 minutes is enough for that.
Yeah. Like it was
Yes.
for money. It's fine for relationships too.
Is enough. No, it's enough.
It's enough this time. Yeah. Okay, so
First of all,
Yeah.
if my Russian Dracula accent comes back, okay, you'll know why.
it's fine. It's fine. We're getting better at accents and at fluency, I think. So my first thought, since you didn't want to go first,
Okay.
you wanted to go.
No, you can go.
It's just a basic thought that came to me when I thought about this subject, and it's you don't choose your family, you do choose your friends, and that's true. But regarding the first part, my question to you was: is family and is the relationship that comes with having a family something that comes automatically or something that you still have to work for? Or another way to put it would be, is your family worthy of your love and respect just by being your family or not?
You want me to answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, those two are two different questions.
Yes.
Because the first one asks if you will still have a relationship with your family regardless of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And,
No, I would go on the second one more.
and the answer to this one is, in most cases, yes.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, no, but in most cases, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the second one is, do they have to be worthy
Of your love and
of
respect.
your love and respect, or do they have that just because they're your family?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Part of it, I think, is a normal yes. They still deserve it. Your parents deserve your love and respect, even though they're not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think that family, it's something that, yes, you don't choose, but it's something that in the most, when you think about throughout history, is the thing that helped communities at the worst times.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it has been the cause of a lot of problems, brothers fighting each other and so on,
Mm-hmm.
but if there's someone you can almost ever turn to when you have a time of need,
Mm-hmm. Always third.
always yes, turn. I think that's a family member.
Mm-hmm.
Because friends, yes, they're by your side. You can trust them. You can spend time with them. But when it comes down to tough problems, to real life-altering, I don't know, decisions,
Mm-hmm.
I find that your family
Is where you go to.
is where you go to, and is where you find the most support, even when you don't deserve it. I think that's an important thing, because your friends are there for you as long as you have the same values, as long as you connect with them. As long when you don't do that, you go apart. But your family, even if they think that you're not what they want you to be, if you've gone rogue, but if you come back to them, you'll most likely find some help there. So,
Okay.
does that answer?
Yeah. Yeah. You're talking about parents at first, and that's maybe different then, I mean, they are included in family, but that's a little different in that I think that parents, and I'm pretty radical on this maybe, uh, I think they made a big sacrifice by raising you and providing for you, and they deserve, I mean, you owe them more than you can repay them. Or it takes at least 18 years of hard work on your part to repay them, which you're never gonna give them.
Yes, and you're quite extreme. There are plenty of people that they will say, okay, my father wasn't there for me. I had an abusing father, and so on. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about those cases.
We're talking about the cases where they did their job.
They did the job as best that they could. Mm-hmm. They weren't perfect, but they tried. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And after that, when it comes to your extended family or people who don't, who aren't your parents, I think you're also talking about the best case scenario when you're saying they can provide help for you when you need it. But I think that's true. So I think you should give your love and respect to your whole family, and based on that love and respect, you will find help in tough times in them. But I also think that friends, really close friends, can become family.
True.
Not in the genetical sense, of course, but in that they can become people that you can go to in tough times.
True.
And, you can rely on them, and that's a really awesome thing. And in the same way, family members who don't want to be your family, don't want to give you love and respect, they can get away from you. You can grow apart from them, and your friends that weren't initially your family can become closer to you, and you can consider them more family than your actual family.
Cool. I was when I was arguing that your family is the place you go back in your time of need. I'm talking about extreme cases because if you need some money, you're in short of money, but it's only a temporary thing, and you don't need a big amount. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's easier to go to a close friend and ask him than to go to your brothers or
that
cousin.
May be a bigger deal.
Yes.
Christmas gets around and you hear around the table people, oh, he needed money.
Yes, but you don't
need that.
But I'm talking about the bigger cases, because and the things that happened before that can define the future relationship. Because if we are good friends, but if I do something that outrageous, that ruins our friendship, and I need a place to stay, you will probably not take me into your house because I broke our friendship. But with family, you can break the family relationship, and still in your time of need, you will not be happy in that house, but your parents, your brothers will still welcome you in with a bit of resentment, but
it's more likely that they will accept you and love you no matter what.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts. I was thinking about things that, because let's make one thing clear. Relationships are everywhere. You can have a relationship with your wife, parents, friends, co-workers, boss, or an employee, kids, people you meet at the store. So I was thinking, what are the things that make these relationships bad? Because if I know what breaks this relationship or makes them worse, if I avoid those things,
Yeah, you can do the opposite and have good
Yes.
relationships.
and how to look at this, I said, okay, what annoys me in a relationship
Okay.
and annoys a kid and a boss and a coworker in most of the situations. And I thought about three things that if you do while being with someone, your relationship is not necessarily ruined, but is weaker than before.
Okay.
So I have three things, and one, the fourth one is that you do when that person is not present. But I'll get to that.
Okay.
So first of all, my understanding was, okay, what annoys me, and then, okay, is this a universal characteristic of relationship?
Yeah.
And pretty much yes. So first one, nobody likes a bragger. If all you do when we're standing together, all I do is brag, or I'm proud of the things that I've done, at some point you'll find me annoying. You won't want to be in my presence that much. That's true with the kids, that's true with family. If you only talk about yourself, people feel that they're not important, and your relationship is weaker because of that. So bragging or being too proud.
And I would take that to the extreme a bit and say that, or are we doing the opposite now or after?
After, I'm only talking about the things that ruin relationships.
Okay.
I haven't thought of the opposite that much.
It made me think of basically the opposite, and I would say that in order to have a good relationship or the best relationship you can have, you should always listen before you talk and give the other person the opportunity to talk about their life before you share something from your life. And a quote that's pretty extreme that I really like, I think it was my last Facebook post about 5 months ago. And it was a quote from Will Rogers, which I think it was an actor or something, who said, "Never miss a good opportunity to shut up." And that's really good for relationships. Okay, so that's the first.
That's the first one. The second one is complain. If all you do is complain, or most of the things you do every day you complain, at some point people will find you annoying. Because I have enough problems of my own. I understand that you have problems of your own, but if all you do is tell me about your problems in a complaining way, at some point it's enough for me. And I have an example. You can have problems, but it's all in the attitude. If you can have a complaining attitude, or you can have an apologetic, or you can say a firm explanation. I think 2 weeks ago, some friends of ours told us, okay, let's go in December on a vacation with our families. And I don't have the money for that. One way to do it was the way I did it. I have my vacation, my holiday money budget in a budget, and in the summertime I used up the things that I had, and in November I have a trip planned to another city, and I used my resources there. So my budget for this year is over for vacation.
Okay.
So the answer is no.
Yeah, it's easy.
The answer is no, because I have no money. That's the short. It is no, because I have no money. But it's an explanation, but a normal explanation. The other way is when you complain about not having money. You can say, oh, I really wish to go, but unfortunately, I don't have one. It is a problem for us. We've been struggling, but you know how it is in this environment with this job opportunities, with this bonus, and so on. And you complain about you not having enough money to go into that vacation. So, two different attitudes, but the complaining one becomes annoying. You don't want to stay forever listening to someone that complains about everything, about the weather, about the government, about I know the government is corrupt. I know, but shut up about it. If you complain about Freemasons, or if you complain about I don't know, the traffic, do something or shut up about it, because at some point it will annoy me, or I will annoy you, and you will fall apart.
And that ties, in my mind, it ties with not taking responsibility for your life and what happens around you. And that's also pretty radical these days. But if you take it upon yourself and say, okay, the weather is bad, I need to prepare. The government is corrupt, I need to prepare for that too. I need to file my taxes early, save up more money and stuff like that, so my family is secure. And that doesn't leave room for complaining. So it's about how you look at life.
Winter is just around the corner. And a friend of mine told me that he needs to go and change his winter tires in the car. And he said, because I don't want to be in the situation that I will complain about waiting for 6 hours. Because when it snows, everybody wants to change their tires.
Oh, yeah. And there's a huge line.
Yes. And if you don't want to have a bad life, and you can prepare for it by going when it's 26 degrees outside, you can save yourself the attitude of complaining all the time, because you don't put yourself in that situation. And even if you do, okay, you'll do other things now, and you don't go and change your tires, and winter comes and snow comes, you'll go there, wait for 6 hours, but won't complain about it, because you know that it was up to you.
It was your choice.
It is snowing and it is a 6-hour line, but you could have done this a month ago and without any line. So it was your responsibility.
By the way, I need to change my tires. For 1 month I've been thinking about this, and I have a pretty good system. On the 1st of April I get a reminder, on the 1st of October, but on this 1st of October I ignored it, and then I didn't do it, and now I'm afraid. Okay, so that was the second one.
The second one. And the third one is, it's a big general, but you'll find the examples more specific. Don't be annoying. Don't be annoying. Like, don't yell at people. If you don't like to be yelled at, don't yell ever.
Or be nice.
You can be nice, but it's easier sometimes to
be a big boy.
No, because it's easier sometimes. Be nice. Okay, I'm being nice, but no, never yell. Because you don't like to be yelled at. Don't yell. Don't stink. Wash yourself. Wash yourself, because if you don't like to smell other people's BO, people don't like to smell you. Don't be in a way that offends people, because you can be offended by those things, like act rude, not being polite in some situations, like when you're not following social norms, like those things. Don't be annoying. Make you or bring you stronger relationships, or bring me, because when I'm not being annoying to people around me, people tend to be nicer to me. People tend to pay attention to what I have to say, because they're not distancing themselves from me
Yeah.
on a regular basis. So those three things. The last one, I think, covers all of them, but it's more general because there are a lot of small things that we do that annoy others.
Oh, right.
I had to get a category there, and
You had to?
get them into a
Okay.
category two.
Category.
Category is like a Russian accent.
Okay, so the
I'm not from
small
Russia.
things
There are a lot of small
that aren't
things
covered in number 3.
that are in number 3. You can get them into a group and say, "Don't be annoying."
Okay.
Find out the things that annoy people, the things that annoy you, and stop doing them with intention.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So the things you don't want people doing to you, don't do those things to other people.
And the last thing, the fourth thing, is it's gossip. Is the things that you do that the first 3 were with in the same room with others. The fourth one is that the one that you do outside or with other people, but they ruin your relationship with the person that is not in the room.
Yeah.
And okay, we can talk about gossip all day. So.
Yeah. So don't talk behind their backs, basically.
Yeah.
Don't say things that you wouldn't say if they were in the room. That's a basic one, but very, very important one.
And it ruins relationships just because, well, it ruins trust. I can entrust you with something that you will talk about with someone else behind my back in a bad way. I don't trust you that much after that.
Okay, so
Make sense?
yeah.
Questions? Do I have questions?
We're at 20 minutes, so we're good. Just to restate our points in 10 seconds or so. So yeah, this is a really big subject.
Yes.
That's obvious. And my first thought was, let's talk a bit about family and about friends. And yes, you don't choose your family, indeed. But generally, family is a place where you go in extreme situations where even if your relationships aren't great, you will find support there, most likely. And your friendships, I said, can become like family, but they also maybe can get broken up. And it depends on the relationship. And yeah, this is a subject that we have to come back to because relationships are what it's all about. Okay, and your 3 points
My 3
on how to have better relationships?
better or bad relationships do this. The 3 things that make your relationships weaker are bragging or being too proud, complaining,
Okay.
and being annoying. That's this is the umbrella that covers all 3 of them. Don't be annoying, and think about all the little things that annoy you.
Yeah.
Those things annoy others. And the 4th is don't talk about people when they're not present in a bad way. Don't gossip.
Okay, that's good.
Make sense?
So yeah, this episode was a little better, I think. If I do this, it doesn't affect the camera. And we have coffee, and yeah, so it's cool. I think we covered some basic subjects. We started with, we're called Big Boy Talk because we consider ourselves big boys, although we do have some growing up to do to be even bigger boys.
No, that's what big boys do. They grow up.
Yeah, okay. And we talked about adulthood, and that's a very general subject that we can come up with. And then our last 3 episodes were about time, money, and relationships. And you could say that that's what life is about. Almost anything can be included in those 3. So we'll go in depth in each one of them, not very in a very specific order, but we'll see what subjects.
We'll cover different subjects. Yes.
What subjects tickle our fancy to have today's dynamite joke. Okay, so we'll see you guys next week, and I'm gonna turn off the camera while Kata
Drink stuff.
does something special.